We are here to work on a HUTU, which is a hop-up unit, tracer unit for this right here, SR12. Idea I got from Rogue after he built a tracer unit in his magazine. I wanted to take it one step further and permanently mount the tracer unit into the hop-up unit right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this is a basic KWA hop-up unit, the ramp. A little bit different than their standard version 2 hop-up unit. And the first thing I did was to position a bunch of test holes. After I did some test holes, I went ahead and got 2 sets of LEDs. The first one I was going to go with was these, and these are Blues 15,000 megawatts or milliwatts LEDs. I will show you a quick. That is a 150 ohm half watt resistor on here. This is a 11.1 300 milliamp battery, and what I will do is show you a quick. So these are 3 of them wired in parallel. And I played around with the sequence of how I wanted to mount it onto the hop-up, and I just decided on this configuration. Now, another thing you want to do is, these are 3mm LEDs, and before you proceed any further, you have to grind down the LEDs about 1.5 millimeters. That way they don't protrude into the hop-up chamber. Once you grind them down, a simple Dremel, you want to polish them up. Now, I started with this, and from here I ended up with this. This is another hop-up unit, same configuration. You can see there's 1 in the middle, 2 on the sides. Now, instead of doing the Blues, I went with the 4,000 milliwatts ultraviolet LEDs. Next step was to figure out my wiring configuration. So this is going to come out, this is going to go on here, and from there it's going to be wired into a switch assembly into my front handguard, which will show you. I haven't mounted it yet. Right on the back. One lead goes up through here onto the rail. The battery fits, as you can see, quite nicely right into the handguard. You can tuck everything up inside. Now, if you'd like to see what it looks like with the LEDs, it's very simple. Go ahead and plug it in. This will be on the rail. This will go through the upper receiver. This is right here. Basically, I had a Dremel out. This will go right in here, just like that. Now, once I got the heat shrink on, it looks like I just got to take another millimeter off to get it in there. But once it does, it'll sit right in there, just like that. So, we'll test the power out on this. There you go. See how That's BBs will come right through there. And they will be. That's a red one. You can't see the red ones very well, but we're going to do a shooting test here in probably another hour when we get it all back together. Switch works nice. Like I said, this hookup right here would be very easily coming through here, right down into one of the hook it together, and you permanently, whenever you can go from light to dark, you can easily switch it on. Keep a couple mid caps with your tracer units. Switch over anytime you want to, and we'll do a test unit here real soon. Alright, so as I said before, we're going to put the hand grip, get the battery in there. Hand grip's going to go on. I already made a hole through the hand grip where the wire is going to go through, and I'm going to run it right through the number 2 hole on my rail. So you can see we're going to slide this on. Look inside for, and then when I'm ready, normally this would be on the gun, the rail system. And all I gotta do is bring it up through here. And then when you put the gun together, the upper receiver, you can pull it through here and then hook it together and then tuck it right inside the rails. You won't see it at all. Of course, all this is going to be tucked up inside the handguard unit. Switch is right here, of course. Nice and neat. What I like to do is have somebody make me a custom bottom plate. Screw it in off the sides. So once again, now I just got to put the gun back together and we'll do a shooting test. So it's wired up into the receiver, lower receiver. That is a finished product. So we're going to put it together here in a second. Pigtail goes through here, and then I'll feed it through here, and we'll do that with the camera off, and we'll be back in a second. Alright, so here's the finished product. You see at the bottom is where all the wires are that come through the rail system. If you look, switch is right here. Look in there, you can see the light on, off. So we'll turn off the light. Hopefully I get a better idea of the light come out the bottom. So I got a mid cap, mag bolt, got my safety glasses on, and we'll see what happens. That, my friends, is 100 rounds of high intensity glow-in-the-dark BBs. This is the HUTU, the hop-up unit, tracer unit, by Big Alties, and you can check out more at Airsoft Indiana.